Good morning, everyone. I wanted to do a video to go over some of our worksheets that we used to do in the classroom together so that we remind ourselves of some of the things that we were learning. And the first one I wanted to talk about is our singular and plural worksheet. Remember that singular means one, which is why there's one box up here. And plural means two or more than one. And when something is plural, it usually has an S on the end. And when we did this in class, we did not cut them out. We were just writing either a S or a P in the box. An S for singular if it has one, and a P for plural if it's more than one. So let's go to the first box, and it says wild animals. Notice the S at the end, and that there's more than one animal here. So wild animals is plural, and we're going to write a P in the box. Going over to the side, this says TV show. There's no S, there's only one TV, so TV show is singular because there's only one. Hospital, again, no S, one hospital. So that is singular. Koalas, we have an S on the end, and we have two pictures of koalas. So that one is, you got it, plural for more than one. What do you think about wildfires? Hopefully you're noticing that there's an S. Hopefully you're seeing that there's two pictures of wildfires, So P for plural would be the correct answer. Over here, we have this interesting looking little animal called a platypus. And this says platypuses. And we see that S on the end, and again, one, two. So more than one means that that word is plural. Daughter. And here's the daughter. Yes, they have the other ones, but they're not as colorful, which means they're kind of grayed out. So they're pointing out just this one little girl, and there is no S, and so a daughter is singular. Same thing over here. We have photographer, no S, one person, so this is singular for one. All right, let's go on to the next sheet to remind us and do a review of nouns and verbs. And again, when we did this in class, we didn't cut them apart. We were just writing an N if it's a noun and a V if it's a verb. Now remember, a noun is a person, place, or thing. A verb is an action word or something you do. Help. Can you help someone? Yes, you can help someone. So that is something you do, which means it's a verb. So we're going to write a V. Wilderness. Is that a person, place, or thing? Yes, it's a place. So we're going to put an N for noun. Give. Is give a person? No. A place? No. A thing? No. Is it a verb? Can you give someone something? Can you do that? That's what you ask yourself. And if you can say yes, you can give someone something, like he is giving this other person a box, then that is a verb. He is doing that. It's an action word. Family. Again, a noun is a person, which a family is a group of people. So we have to stop right there because we already know that family is a noun. Doctor. Is doctor a person? Yes. So again, doctor is a noun. How about film? Is film a person? No. Is it a place? No. Is it a thing? No. Can you film someone like you see in the picture? They have the video camera and this person is filming this one. Yes, that's something you can do, and something you do is an action word or a verb. How about love? Can you love someone? Absolutely. And that would be a verb. Zookeeper. A zookeeper is a person, and remember that a person is a noun. So we're going to put an N for noun. Okay, I'm going to go on down a little bit. I want to review time. Hopefully you guys are working a little bit on these time sheets, and that's something you can easily do every day at home by reading the clock, maybe even having a schedule. I know Ellie is working on a schedule her mom gave her, so that helps you check the time on the clock and know what time do you need to do something else. Maybe you all eat dinner at a certain time, and so you can check the clock for that. So let's do the first page on time. This is to the hour. Remember, we have a little hand and a big hand on a clock. The little hand, whatever number that is pointing to, is the hour. When the big hand is pointing to the 12, that means o'clock. So this one says, this morning, Robert Irwin took pictures of platypuses. What time did he start taking pictures? So we're going to look at the little hand, which is pointing to the 7, and that tells us it is 7 o'clock. I'll make my circle very big there. All right, this next one. This morning, my sister wrote a paper about Australia. What time did she finish writing the paper? Again, I need to look for my little hand on the clock, and my little hand is pointing to the 11, so I know that it is at 11 o'clock. So I'm going to circle 11 o'clock, and I'm going to write in the 11. They already have, this is called a colon, and the 2 zeros. Remember, the 2 zeros are because the big hand is at the 12. The next one, this afternoon, a doctor gave medicine to a fox. What time did the doctor give the medicine to the fox? Let's look for our little hand right here, and we're going to follow it up, and it is pointing to the 1, so it was at 1 o'clock. And we're going to write our 1 in here. So at 1 o'clock. And then PM is in the afternoon, and that's what our description told us here. Up here we had AM, morning. When it's morning, it's AM. When it's afternoon, it's PM. All right, the next one. This afternoon, my dad read an article about wildfires in Australia. What time did he start reading the article? Let's look at our little hand, pointing to the 5. So we know it's 5 o'clock, so we're going to circle that. We're going to write in our 5. And they already have PM for us because the story told us it was afternoon. Last one, a family visited a zoo today. What time this morning did the family arrive at the zoo? Again, let's look at the little hand pointing to, you got it, the 9. So we know it's 9 o'clock. We're going to write in the 9. And again, morning is AM. Our next time sheet talks about time to the half hour. And the half hour means that our big hand is pointing down to the 6. And when it's pointing down to the 6, that means 30. Okay, again, we're going to look at our little hand to determine the hour. Now, when it's not exactly o'clock on a 12, the little hand's going to be in between 2 numbers. And you always go to the first number that it's in between. So for instance, if you follow this little hand straight, you're going to see that it's in between the 4 and the 5. That means it's actually 4:30 because it hasn't become 5 o'clock yet. So the story for this one says, this afternoon a zookeeper fed a kangaroo. What time did the zookeeper feed the kangaroo? So again, we went to the small hand or the short hand, and it's at 4. When the big hand's at the 6, it means 30. So we're going to circle 4:30. We're going to write our 4 because our clock over here, this is called a digital clock, already has the 30 on it. Now on this worksheet, we have to circle AM or PM, and we were just talking about that on the last one. When it says afternoon, that means PM. So we got to circle PM. Okay, let's go to the next one. This morning, I watched a TV show about the Irwin family. What time did the TV show start? So again, I follow my little hand up. It's going to be between the 10 and 11. So I go with the first one, which is the 10. Again, the big hand's on the 6, which means 30. So it is 10:30. I'm going to write in my 10. And now I have to determine, is it AM or PM? So I go back over and I look for my key word. And my key word here is morning. Morning is, that's right, AM. So I'm going to circle AM. The next one says, this morning a doctor cared for a bilby. What time did the doctor start caring for the bilby? So let's go to our clock. Let's follow our short arrow over. It's between the 8 and the 9, so I'm going to go with the first one, which is 8. Our big hand is at the 6, which means 30. So it is 8:30. I'm going to write in my 8. My 30 is already there. I'm going to go back over and look for my keyword, which in this case is morning, and morning means AM. The next one says, this afternoon, my brother read a book about animals in Australia. What time did he start reading the book? Small hand, follow it over. It's between the 2 and the 3, so I go with the first one, which is the 2. The 6 means 30, so I know it's 2:30. I'm going to write in the 2. And I'm going to go over for my keyword, and this time it says afternoon. Which is PM for afternoon. Okay, the next one, which is the last one on this worksheet, says, this morning a zookeeper went to work at a zoo. What time did the zookeeper arrive at the zoo? Find our smaller hand. It's pointing straight between the 6 and the 7, so you go with the first one, which is the 6. Again, the big hand's on the 6, which means 30, so it's 6:30. I'm going to write in the 6. I'm going to go back over, and it says morning, so I'm going to circle AM. Okay, so there is a review on singular and plural, nouns and verbs, and time to the o'clock, to the hour, and to the half hour. And next time we'll review some other things that we worked on in class. I hope you're having a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.